Ladies and gentlemen, the Ark of the Covenant has been found. One of the most sacred religious objects containing the 10 Commandments of God located. How? The CIA used a psychic. Oh, well, they're claiming they know where it is, and they used remote viewing psychic powers to find it. It's kind of a bummer, isn't it? You want it to be true, don't you? We also have the story about the city under the pyramids in Egypt. We want it to be true so bad. But it's probably not. Fox 10 reports an unclassified CIA document circulating on social media claims agents may know where the Ark of the Covenant is located, thanks to the help of a psychic. The document, which was unclassified in 2000, references a coordinate remote viewing session that took place in 1988, with a training target being the sacred religious storage chest that's said to store the 10 Commandments. What is remote viewing? According to the CIA, coordinate remote viewing is a psychic technique in which a viewer transcends time and space to see or perceive people, places, or objects without the viewer being present. Retired U.S. Army Chief Warrant Joe McGonigal, is that it? McManigal, there you go, told the New York Post that when a remote viewer is asked to search for a target, the object in question is written down on a piece of paper and put in an envelope. The remote viewer does not know what is written and is guided through the process by another person. Okay. The CIA document says remote viewer 32 attained excellent sight contact and was able to keep AOL, or analytic overlay, to a minimum. Analytic overlay is the subjective interpretation of the remote viewer's visions. Target is a container. This container has another container inside it. The target is fashioned of wood, gold, and silver. The target is located somewhere in the Middle East. Individuals in this area were clothed in virtually all white, had black hair and dark eyes. The target is hidden underground, dark, and wet. What? So they know where it is or what? So is it real? According to Penn State University, the Ark of the Covenant is a gold-covered wooden storage chest for the stone blocks bearing the 10 Commandments, said to have been built as God's command. But is it actually real? Different people will give you different answers to that question, said Barak Halpern, Penn State professor of ancient history and religious studies. The Ark is a regular figure in the Old Testament, making several appearances in the first 5 books of the Bible. The various references to the Ark are pretty consistent, and when you add it all up, it seems like the Ark was a real article. Real or not, McManigal, is that how you say it? McManigal? The former Army officer who was the first person to do the psychic experiments for the CIA told the Post he's not convinced by the information contained in the declassified Ark document. Using remote viewing against any target for which ground truth does not exist or is impossible to obtain, such as UFOs, UAPs, the surface of Mars, or the locations of historical relics, is a waste of time and resources. I love that there are outlets reporting they found it, because then you dig in and it's like using psychic powers that they've never confirmed. If someone claims that remote viewing proves the existence of something, such as the Ark of the Covenant, they must produce the Ark or substantiate their claim. Look at this. Moses and Joshua bowing before the Ark. The biblical account relates to approximately 1 year after the Israelites' exodus from Egypt. The Ark was created according to the pattern that God gave to Moses when the Israelites were encamped at the foot of Mount Sinai. Thereafter, the gold-plated acacia chest staves were lifted and carried by the Levites, approximately 2,000 cubits, in advance of the people while they marched. God spoke with Moses from between the 2 cherubim of the ark's cover. There were ongoing academic discussions about whether there were multiple arks, whether the original ark contained a statue of Yahweh, about the implications of a recent excavation at Kiriath Jearim for the historical reconstruction of the ark. There are additional scholarly debate over possible historical influences that led to the creation of the ark, including Bedouin or Egyptian influences. What is this, a recreation? Ark of the Chapelle des Adoration in Paris? The 10 Commandments. Look at that. Apparently, Moses had them on tablets. And then what? They put them in the ark? The return of the ark to the Israelites? I mean, I think it'd be really cool if they actually knew where this thing was. I don't think it's real. And then, of course, we have perhaps the location of the Ark of the Covenant. The great underground city beneath Egypt's pyramids. There are a lot of people that think the pyramids were like some kind of weapon or battery or communications device. Let me see if I can pull up the original pyramids. Pyramid of Egypt at its peak. And they say that it was covered in blocks, not the way we see it, but it was fitted at gold on top. A gigantic gold, the summit of the pyramid. How do we find this? How do we do this? What did the pyramid originally look like? There's going to be an image. Look at that. Wow. Live science. Let's pull this one up. Here we go. Take a look at this. So they say this is what the pyramid originally looked like. So when we look at the pyramids, you see these, right? Get out of here. It's all just like falling apart. And what we see are the blocks they used to stack it up. But according to, I don't know, archaeologists, can we zoom in on this? It actually was smooth. Look at that. And it had a gold, smaller cap pyramid, I guess. That's what it used to look like. That's crazy. They say that the ancient Egyptian pyramids have stood for thousands of years, one of the world's most enduring monuments, but what did they look like when they were first built? They say that they're erupting from the sands. Over the millennia, the pyramids have changed, largely due to construction workers, repurposing of in-demand materials, and looting. They say all the pyramids were cased with fine white limestone. An assistant professor at the Czech Institute of Egyptology at Charles University in Prague told Live Science. The limestone casing would have given the pyramids a smooth, polished layer that shined bright under the Egyptian sun. Builders used around 6.1 million tons of limestone. The story, for those that don't know, is they're now claiming that beneath the pyramids, do they just have it blocked off? Can we? It's Euronews. Euronews website sucks. Look at this. Columns. Okay, let's try this. Columns underneath the pyramid. Why won't it let me actually look at this? Well, you can see it right there. There you go. Columns existing under that go down to water, and there are coils or stairs or something. They're claiming they have an 85% confidence this is the case. Speaking to the Daily Mail, some experts cast doubt on the idea of an underground city. In a similar vein, Egyptian archaeologist Dr. Zahi Hawass told the National that the researchers were completely wrong and argued their so-called discovery lacks any scientific basis. I got an idea. Start digging. Let's go underneath and see what they got. The team concentrated on the Khafre pyramid. Is that how you pronounce it? Khafre? One of the three pyramids in the Giza complex, alongside the Khufu and Menkaure pyramids. These iconic structures are believed to have been built around 4,500 years ago and are located on the west bank of the Nile in northern Egypt. I say, let's go, baby. I want to know what's under these pyramids. One thing I can't say. You know what's really wild is that Cleopatra lived closer to us, our time now, than the pyramids. That's crazy, right? Let's pull up Cleopatra. Cleopatra. She was Greek. She wasn't Egyptian. What year? 50 to 31 BC. So let's just do this, 2,075 years ago. But the pyramids are 4,500 years old. That means when she was in Egypt, wild. The pyramids were already 2,500 years old. So us to her is like her to the pyramids. Isn't that crazy? Also, here's a bust of Cleopatra, because everybody's always trying to make her look one way. But that's what she actually looked like. Apparently she was Greek. A lot of people want to believe this is true because they want to believe in ancient mysteries. Ancient Aliens, super popular show. The reality is people want a scientific basis for why things are or are not true. That's it. They want to know what's really going on in the world. They want to know if God is real. I don't blame them. I get it. And, I'll tell you, we may never get those answers. But this is why this story has been going viral, as with the Ark of the Covenant story. Because if we have an actual opportunity to dig down and find out what's going on, and we actually find underground cities beneath the pyramids, this will change the way everyone sees the world. So I say, why not? We can prove them wrong, right? We can dig beneath the pyramids. We can use more technology. Let's get more experts, do more ground penetrating radar, drill further, not threaten the structures, get some data, and prove it's real or not. Because, man, people want to believe. I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks for hanging out. Next up, we got Timcast IRL coming up. Follow me on X and Instagram at Timcast, and we'll see you all tonight at 8 p.m.